we have a messy evening ahead of us, especially if you have any plans to be out on the roads. You're going to want to be taking it slow or postponing those plans because it's not going to be a carefree travel night as we go into the next few hours. So we do have an alert day out starting this afternoon and lasting all the way into tomorrow morning, mainly for that hazardous travel on the slick roadways. We're seeing a mix of snow, rain, sleet, and the possibility of some freezing drizzle as well for portions of the area. For the entire breakdown north of I-94, we're expecting primarily just snow, but it will be likely heavier snow amounts between the two interstate corridors, likely a mix, maybe a taste of a little bit of everything today. And then south of I-90, we'll see a little bit of a snow mixing in, but it'll likely be more of a mixed sleet and rain with the possibility of a short period where we could see some freezing rain going into the evening commute. So right now we're seeing some light snow now just getting just near the Mississippi River Valley, although much of the main body of the system still moving into central Minnesota. So we have a couple hours until this moves in if you need to go out and run any errands or get anything done, but definitely do it now. So the snow will likely be moving in closer to around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Again, most of the area actually starting out as snow because our temperatures for the most part are going to be near or below freezing. As we get a little bit later on then, especially closer to the evening commutes, that's when we can start to see the temperatures switching over a little bit, especially south of I-90. You'll notice the darker blues in here because temperatures across the entirety of the area are going to be getting slightly closer to freezing. We'll likely see more of a heavy wet snow falling during the evening commute, and that'll do wonders on the snow rates for areas near and north of I-94, likely seeing about an inch falling per hour during that period. And that's really the threshold where it starts to be hard for road crews to keep up with the maintenance. So we'll likely see accumulation on the roadways during the evening commute when the heaviest snow is happening. And then south of I-90, starting to see that mixture and the possibility of some rain moving in sometime between around 5 to 8 p.m. tonight. That's when we can see the chance for some freezing drizzle on the roadways, if not just slicker spots starting to form because of that mess of temperatures. We'll see a little bit of a dry break for areas further to the south once we go into the overnight period, but then we'll likely see another batch of lighter snow moving through overnight. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll see a break before we have one more light batch of, again, very light snow, less heavy snow passing through by the late morning, early afternoon, and that should be moving out pretty quickly, therefore after, and we should be dry by tomorrow afternoon. Here's what I'm thinking for snowfall amounts. Again, south of I-90, we're mainly seeing that rain or sleet mix, so about a trace to maybe an inch at the most. I-90 and further into Trempealeau and Buffalo County seeing around the chance for about an inch to 3 inches, but then closer to the I-94 corridor and northward we could see over 3 inches, with folks close or north of Eau Claire possibly seeing over 6 inches, closer to around 7 or 8 at the most. As we go into Wednesday, while the snow will be tapering off by the morning hours, it's going to be quite windy. These are our sustained winds going into Wednesday morning, blowing out of the north around 15 to 20 miles per hour. So for areas further to the north, we could see some blowing snow going on during much of the day. Further south, because we have that chance for a little bit of melting, and I want to emphasize a little bit, it'll be enough to create kind of a crust on that top layer of snow that could maybe prevent from it blowing around a little bit, but still something to keep in mind for the morning. Even though the snow will be out, we could still see some blowing happening. So a very messy day ahead of us.
A wintry mess for sure.
That's the best way to say it.
We got to take it slow out there. Thank you for that, Nicole.